Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be playing a version of Budapest on the ukulele. This is what the play along sounds like. Yo, you, ooh, for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Thank you so much to my Patreon patron shout out of the day. So if you would like to support me on Patreon, you will receive exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. All right, let's get into the tutorial. I can talk the tutorial. So right here is where my ukulele should be. It should be up at a 45-degree angle. The neck should be up this way. And for split screen purposes, I have to keep it parallel with the floor. This song has 3 easy chords. So I am going to be taking finger number 3, placing that on the 3rd fret. There we go, of the E string. And then fingers 1 and 2 will be on the 2nd fret of the A and the C string. Forms a mini triangle. C is 3rd fret closest to my toes, 3rd fret. And then we have a D, all 3 fingers in a row. 1, 2, 3 on the 2nd fret. So if you don't like that, I've seen D done this way, like a double up. This way where you push down with finger number 1 on these 2 strings and then finger number 2, boop, just like that. And then I've also seen it barred this way. You just have to use what's best for you. Okay, so those are the 3 chords. Now this song has a very simple structure. So the simple structure would be G for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, C chord, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, G chord, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the chorus, it's going to be D, and I love this transition if you're using the all 3 in a row like I am. Take finger number 3 and leave it there on that 3rd fret. Keep in contact with that E string, slide it over 1 fret closer to the headstock, then stack the other 2 on top. Yeah, slide and stack. I call it the slide and stack. I know, fancy term, right? So slide, stack, D, here's the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, C chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you repeat it. So if you're a beginner and you're following along with the play along and you're like, oh, I don't really like the finger picking or anything like that, just strum the simple chords. In the play along, I'm using a chucking pattern, but the pattern that is underneath that is really a down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. That would be step number 2. Without the chucking pattern, a step up from the down, 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 down. So if I want to play a chord for 4 counts, I have to play that entire strumming pattern down, up, down, up, like that. So with the chucking, I actually made a video on how to chuck 3 different ways. Look at way number 2. That's the most common. It's the palm chuck. And I'm going to go over it just a little bit. But if you want an in-depth tutorial, I'm going to put that in the cards above and the description box below. Chucking happens when you strum and mute at the same time. So if I strum a chord and I strum up and then there's like a mute and you hear a flick with the strings. Yeah, do you hear that? I call it something very fancy and it's called the mute flick. So what happens is that my hand comes down, it's a little bit of a flick of my wrist, and then my palm comes in contact, this portion of my hand comes in contact with the strings at a very slight angle. Do you see that? And then my finger flicks across the strings. You can see I didn't try to chuck over here. I'm chucking over here. I'm strumming over here and chucking over here. It's going to be a lot easier because there's less tension on the strings. Here, there's going to be more tension, so it might be a little harder. But here, there's going to feel a little bit more ease. You should feel a little more ease when you're chucking. All right, so slowly, it would be a downward strum. My palm comes in contact with the strings, and then my finger flicks down. Now I'm really focusing on these 3 strings right here when I'm doing the chuck, like that. So you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to flick across all of my strings to make it correct. No, you don't. So I like to focus on these two, these three, and that's usually a really nice focal point. So let's try that together very slowly. Hand comes down, mute, flick, 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 mute, flick, mute, flick, mute, flick, mute, flick. Okay. Now, if that's a little hard for now, chucking may take some time. For me, it actually took me 3 months to be able to chuck correctly. Okay? So if this is your first time chucking, allow yourself some grace, go slowly, and eventually add it in, sprinkle it in, try your very best. Okay? But it may take some time, and that's okay. So, how does that fit in with our strumming pattern? So our strumming pattern is down, up, 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 down, up. Now you're going to hear me say up chuck a lot for this one. So, yep, put a hat on. Here we go. It's going to be down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up. So you see that down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up is equal to 4 counts. It's very similar to our island strum, but instead of letting that down strum ring out, you can see that there's a couple of chucks. Yes. Okay, I also want to know at the end of the video how many times I said up chuck. Leave that in the comments section below. Let me know. All right, so how would that work with our chord? Now let's try the verse. So we have our G, 1 and 2, and here we go. And down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. C chord, down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, G, down, up, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. All right, and then we do the same thing with the D chord, C chord, and the G chord when it comes to the chorus. Now I added a finger picking part for the verse. You could play this for the entire song if you'd like to, or you could just completely skip it. I just thought I'd add it in there to mimic what the guitar is doing at the beginning. Of course it's lower, but I just mimicked the rhythm of what's going on because I like to do that kind of stuff. And I like to throw that in for people that are like, you know what, I want a little bit more than strumming and chucking. So I have my G chord right here, and my thumb is going to be assigned to the C string, pointer to the E string, and middle to the A string. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now I have my G chord, but I have left the second fret of the A string off. Okay, it's really a G2. G sus2, I should say. And then what you're going to do is that your thumb is going to pluck that C string, and then I'm going to pluck the A and the E string together at the same time. And then my thumb's going to pluck that C string again. And then my pointer finger is going to pluck that E string. So C string, E string. And then my middle finger pushes down right here on that A string. And then I'm going to pluck those two at the same time. So it's going to be thumb, fingers, thumb, pointer, fingers. All right, I'll do that slowly. Thumb, fingers, thumb, pointer, fingers. Thumb, fingers, thumb, pointer, fingers. Yeah, so you see that last count, I use the second fret of the A string. 1 and 2, E and 3 and 4, E and. That's going to be what it sounds more so full speed, but when you're practicing something like that, just go slowly and then eventually speed it up little by little so that you can get the rhythm, okay? Now, when I get to the verse, I don't do any of the lifting off of the second fret. It's just going to be thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. You see how I'm holding that G chord? Nothing's moving. And I'm just bouncing back between my C string and my E and my A string. Okay, so I have thumb, fingers, 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 thumb, fingers. We have a C chord, hey, we're going to use the same finger picking pattern. Thumb, fingers, 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 thumb, G. Yeah, and then we get to the D chord, slide and stack, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, C chord, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, G. Right? So you can kind of see how that's working. The play along is next. If you want to slow this down, remember I made a video on how to slow down or speed up any YouTube video. I'm going to link that in the description box below. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you at the end of the video. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo, you, ooh, for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. My acres of land I have achieved. It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Oh, for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. But baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. My artifacts, the list goes on. Just say the word and I'll up and run. Oh, to you, ooh, for you, ooh, I'd lose it all. Oh, for you, ooh, I lose it all. Oh, give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Well, baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. Hey, hey, give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Well, baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. My friends and family, they don't understand. They feel they lose so much if you took my hand. But for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. For you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. And baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. Hey, hey, give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Well, baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo, you, ooh, for you, ooh, I'd leave it all. Hey, if you like this video, check out the cards all around you. You'll find more tutorials exactly like this one. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.